ABC, it's Greeno. Well, the storm has started here and on the East Coast. We're getting the winds and the heavy rain right now. Stuck in the house, and it's a good time just to be down here in the music room. Look out the window every once in a while, make sure everything's alright. Yesterday, went out, did a little digging, picked up some cool vinyl. I'll show you that a little later. But ran into a bunch of cool metal cassettes. So it's like it's time for another CC update. And like I said in the past, I pretty much only pick up metal, and usually I try to find the more obscure stuff. So, you know, not trying to pick up Poison and Rat and that kind of stuff. But I did pick up a couple non-metal pieces just because look kind of cool, and all these were cheap. So go ahead and get started. The first one is The British Invasion, The History of British Rock, Volume 3. This is on Rhino. I just thought it was cool. I picked up that British Invasion book. So, yeah, there's some stuff on here, bands I've never heard, so grab that. Another one, just looked interesting, was Genesis Foxtrot. And the reason I picked this up is it's a Canadian pressing on Charisma. Just don't see these kind of things too often, so it was cheap, you know. Have it on vinyl, but I grabbed it because it's something different. And the next is, this has to be one of the early cassettes. It's Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. It says Volume 2, so I'm guessing this was, I haven't really looked yet, but I'm guessing this was a 2 cassette deal. But what's kind of cool is it's on Ampex. I mean, I like the clamshell case. It's on Ampex tape. Never seen that before as a cassette like that. And it's in fairly decent condition. I haven't tried it yet, but hopefully it'll play. And the next one, this is the last one, non-metal. It's King Crimson, Starless, and Black, and Bible Black. I've never heard this album, but it's a cool package here. I'm guessing this is early too. It's on a pink Atlantic cassette. And it's, you know, hard plastic, just slides in and stays. It's kind of neat. Alright, on to the metal. Ran into a couple local things, so I went ahead and grabbed them. The first is, I always grab copies of this when I find it in you know, really good shape, and this is like near mint. So it's Wrathchild America, Climbing the Walls on Atlantic. It's in pretty much perfect shape. And while I was doing this, I thought I would pull some stuff out real quick. Ernie showed he picked up this album on vinyl, and for $1, man, that's killer. I was going to share a couple, I mean, how much I dig this band. There's CD, cassette, and vinyl. And these guys were local. Saw them a bunch of times back in the 80s. Even saw them as a 5-piece when they were a cover band doing AC/DC. And actually, forgot all about this. I found this about a month ago. Here is a card from the band, and it's from the bass player Kevin Keller, who was the member that kind of dropped out, and they went to a 4-piece and got signed and kept on going. But in this album, or in the sleeve for this, I threw a couple other things that I've had over the years. Here's a promo picture. This is probably from the 3D era. And also, excuse me, here's a flat for climbing the walls. And one of the coolest things I have, if you kind of know the history of the band, they were called Wrathchild for years. They got signed, they got ready to put this album out, and Wrathchild in the UK sued them, and they were in court forever. And finally they added America to the end of the name. They were going to change their name to Militia, but decided to go with Wrathchild America. But this album was actually ready to roll as Wrathchild, and it got delayed for about a year. And I knew this existed. I saw one, waiting on this album to come out when I was a kid, and I finally found one. It's not in the greatest shape, but here's the promos that sent out, the flats that just says Wrathchild, and you can see there's a big tear here. I'm guessing somebody had it taped up or something. But you can see there's no America. So I think these things are like rare as crap. And you can see Wrathchild on the back. Just sure they were just sent out locally, when Atlantic was getting ready. But I knew these things existed. About 5 years ago I finally found one, and even this doesn't bother me. I'm just so glad to find this, because I remember seeing it as a kid and people were telling me, "Nah, I never saw that, you're crazy." And I'm like, I'm telling you. So kind of cool. Just I found that cassette, thought I'd throw all this in here with it. But anyways, on to the cassettes. Another local band, Cracked Actor. They were from the Hagerstown, Baltimore area. Had a female singer. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. But pretty cool stuff. Nothing fantastic. Just kind of cool to find since they were local. Always looking for local hard rock metal stuff. And another indie release is Dead Ringer. If anybody can tell me where these guys were from, I'm sure they were from the East Coast. Let me know. It's like I was talking to LJ about them, and he said the name sounded familiar. But I don't think they were from Baltimore or Washington. I think they may have been further north. Alright. And currently listening to Hollow's Eve, Death and Insanity. Happy to find this. I don't have this on vinyl. Looking for a copy still. Cool album. I found this on vinyl not long ago, and this is an amazing album. And can't believe I found it on cassette too. Which is Watchtower, Control, and Resistance. And this is just crazy progressive metal, like just crazy stops and starts and time changes. This band was from Texas, and originally had, what's his name, Jason McMasters was on the first album, who he went on to sing with Dangerous Toys, but just nothing like that. Good album, man. Just really out there. I was happy to find this, Lethal Program. Also don't have this on vinyl, I have it on CD. This is very much early Queensryche, like from around the Warning area, or era. Just, these guys wanted to be Queensryche. Next is Precious Death, If You Must. And this isn't that good. It's like from '94. It's very compressed guitars and just that sound from that time. Yeah, it sounds like they went straight from their effects right into the board. There's no amp involved. But whatever. Alright, next is Eccentric, Dilute to Taste. Haven't listened to this yet. Next is like a demo, and this may have been local too, but I don't remember these guys. It's Delirium, The Dark Hours. Get it right here. It's a 4-track deal. It's from '91. Yeah, they were from Maryland, so I don't remember these guys. I'll be checking that out. Next, Sacrilege BC, Too Cool to Pray, on Medusa. Death Row, Deception Ignored. I do have this on vinyl. Next, Coroner, R.I.P., Rest in Peace. This is on Noise. From, not sure what year, 87. I remember that band, but I didn't listen to them much back then. And actually, that might be the only thing I have by Coroner. Next, Heathen, Victims of Deception. Great album. And this has a big pull out. I won't pull all these out and everything, but and like I said, I try to only pick up the more obscure kind of stuff, but a couple things, Maiden. Got thinking I'd like to have all the Maiden on cassette, which I don't have hardly any. So here's No Prayer for the Dying, Peace of Mind, and Somewhere in Time. Grabbed all those. Next is, I've never seen this on cassette, and you hardly ever see this anyways, even on vinyl. But man, this is an old dog. It looks like it's been through hell, but I'm thinking it's going to play alright. And it's Keel, Lay Down the Law. Pretty cool. Let's put it in a new case. I've never seen that on cassette. Next, Agent Steel, Mad Locust Rising, on Combat. Always cool to have a Combat cassette. And found a couple Celtic Frost. This is like a later. It's got Morbid Tales and Emperor's Return, the two EPs on one cassette. It's kind of cool. It's on Noise. Not sure when it was actually released. And the other one, Vanity Nemesis. It's pretty good. I listened to this. I wasn't a big Celtic Frost fan back in the day, but I checked this out and very cool. And last is Alcatraz, No Parole from Rock and Roll. Just kind of grabbed it. Actually, this was the first metal cassette I came across in there, and I probably could have left this, but it's cool to have. It's got a nice big fold out. Alright, so that was the cassettes found yesterday. Like I said, I got some vinyl too. I'll be showing that stuff pretty soon probably. Might do another video later since it's raining like hell here. It's probably going to be for the next 6 months, it sounds like. Everybody's freaking out. So, alright, hope everybody had a good weekend and keep on digging.